Ever wonder how economists try to predict the future of prices? It's not a crystal ball, but they have tools. And one of the most important is something called the Producer Price Index, or PPI. It sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty straightforward, and understanding it can give you a better grasp on what's happening with inflation and the economy. So what is the PPI? Simply put, the Producer Price Index measures the average change over time in the selling prices received by domestic producers for their output. Basically, it tracks how much businesses are charging other businesses for goods and services. It's different from the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, which measures what you pay as a consumer. Think of it this way. CPI looks at the finished product on the shelf, while PPI looks at the cost of the ingredients before it gets there. Why is this relevant, especially for folks in the US? Well, changes in producer prices often get passed on to consumers in the form of higher retail prices. If it costs a steel manufacturer more to buy iron ore, coal, and labor, they'll likely raise the price of steel they sell to car companies. Car companies then might raise the price of cars to you. That ripple effect is why the PPI is considered a leading indicator of inflation. It can often signal price increases before we see them at the grocery store or gas pump. Let's break down how it works with some simple examples. Imagine a farmer selling wheat to a baker. The price the baker pays for the wheat is tracked as part of the PPI. Now, let's say the price of fertilizer goes up. That increases the farmer's costs, and they have to charge the baker more for the wheat. This increase in price is reflected in the PPI. Another example, a lumber mill selling wood to a furniture manufacturer. If the cost of logging and transportation increases, the lumber mill will likely raise its prices. This, again, shows up in the PPI. It's all about tracking price changes at the source before things hit the retail level. The PPI isn't just one single number, though. It's actually a family of indexes that cover a wide range of industries and stages of production. There are indexes for everything from crude materials to intermediate goods and finished goods. This allows economists to pinpoint where price pressures are building up. For example, a sharp increase in the PPI for energy goods might signal rising gasoline prices, while an increase in the PPI for food materials could foreshadow higher grocery bills. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS, is the agency responsible for calculating and publishing the PPI data each month. They survey a sample of businesses across various industries to collect price information. They then use a complex weighting system to create the indexes, taking into account the relative importance of each product or service. Why is understanding the PPI useful for you? Well, it can help you anticipate changes in the cost of living. If the PPI is consistently rising, it's a sign that inflation is likely to pick up. This might prompt you to adjust your spending habits, negotiate a raise, or consider investments that can protect your purchasing power. For businesses, the PPI is even more crucial. It helps them understand their input costs, make pricing decisions, and manage their supply chains. Knowing whether their costs are rising or falling allows them to stay competitive and maintain profitability. Now, it's important to remember that the PPI isn't a perfect predictor of inflation. There are many factors that can influence prices, including supply and demand, global events, and government policies. But it's a powerful tool that, when used in conjunction with other economic indicators, can provide valuable insights into the future direction of prices. Think of it like this. The PPI is like a thermometer measuring the temperature of production costs. It doesn't tell you exactly what will happen, but it gives you a good indication of whether things are heating up or cooling down. If the PPI consistently shows increases, it's a warning sign that inflation may be on the horizon. So the next time you see a headline about the PPI, don't just skim over it. Take a moment to understand what it means and how it might affect your financial well-being. It's a key piece of the economic puzzle that can help you make informed decisions about your money. In summary, the Producer Price Index measures the average change in selling prices received by domestic producers. It's a leading indicator of inflation because it tracks price changes at the source, before they reach consumers. The Bureau of Labor Statistics calculates and publishes the PPI monthly, and it covers a wide range of industries and goods. Understanding the PPI can help you anticipate changes in the cost of living and make informed financial decisions. Remember, this information is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Always consult with a qualified financial professional before making investment decisions.